And I was reading the guy's article attacking the Obama deception, and then I was reading his comments under when people were countering him going, because in his article he says there's no global government, there's no such thing as a new world order, none of this exists. And then people are commenting going, no, there is a Bilderberg group. There is a new world order. And he says, yeah, there's a Bilderberg group. But Alex Jones is just reaching and connecting dots that aren't there and saying they want world government. He doesn't know what they're saying in secret. And he goes, yeah, it might look suspicious to, a moon bat that world elites are meeting secretly, but he doesn't know what they're saying. No. And if you did a review of the Obama deception, you knew that. We show mainstream articles. Bilderberg Group has now gone public saying they're setting up a, quote, new world order. They give interviews to Time Magazine, Newsweek, Financial Times of London, and they say, we're going to have a tyrannical, authoritarian, they use the term authoritarian, world government, and we built it in secret because you wouldn't want it, and we know what's best for you, and it's going to save you from the economic collapse, which they engineered, doesn't mention that, and a new carbon tax to regulate and control every facet of your life. So it doesn't matter when they're in hundreds of mainstream news articles I've seen. We probably put 15 Time Magazine, Newsweek, Financial Times of London articles with them saying it, blowing up the text with Etienne Davignon, the head of the Bilderberg Group, saying it. And what do I get? I get to be called a kook because I know they're taking over our society. Now, is this guy an operative or is he just a wannabe? Probably a wannabe. Thinks he's part of the system, thinks he has personal power, thinks by accepting the power elite and making excuses that he's part of it. Conscious, unconsciously climbing the ladder. A lot of people are like that. They'll do anything to climb the ladder, even if the ladder leads them downward into hell. Like this guy says, it seems like some of you posting have no idea about Alex Jones and what he said, predicted. Some of you are awake, but the guy with the picture of him, that's the writer, is some douchebag, corporate uniform. You need to wake up and realize that material stuff you love means nothing to bettering you as a person. And it goes on. And then the writer goes on. I should have highlighted it. I just printed it. He goes on to say, that, I know it looks suspicious. I'll find it during the break. I don't want to make our guests sit there on hold while I'm babbling going over this. He goes on to show the double thing that we're making up. They're having this Bilderberg Group sub-conference, steering group meeting in Canada. They said they're setting up a North American Union and a global governance publicly with their own press releases. And this guy says, nope, doesn't exist. Sir, continue. Sam, continue.
Alex, don't get discouraged by the naysayers and the people who call you names. They're only doing that because you're actually having an effect, and they're actually scared of you. So don't ever.
No, but listen,
that.
Sam LeBrere, I know that, but the issue is, I think this guy really thinks we're making up that Bilderberg wants a North American Union. I don't think he's read the SPP declassified documents. I think he's so delusional he wouldn't look at them if you tried to show him, because he thinks he controls reality. If he just denies this is happening, that supposedly does it. But go ahead.
Well, there'll always be nitwits like that. What can you do, right?
Yeah, but,
anyway.
but they run things. They're the minions that the establishment uses to keep this fraud going. But go ahead.
Well, that's why they're so afraid of the internet media now, right? Because we're taking over from them quite a bit. Their credibility is severely damaged. Anyways, as I was saying before the break, tomorrow there's a big luncheon headed by Madeleine Albright, which is entitled The Americas and the New World Order, which could very well be the discussion of the North American Union that the reporter was telling us about yesterday was happening on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, the closing luncheon, the final event of the whole thing, is titled The Economic Crisis and the Role of Central Banks. How far can they go? Which sounds pretty boring at first, but if you look at the subtitle, it's called NAFTA and the Economic Recovery, the Required Joint Action Between North American Central Banks.
Stay there. Let's break it down when we get back. Long segment coming up. That was a short segment. Absolutely. When you read the SPP documents from 2006, declassified in 2007, in Endgame, we have a bibliography, whatistheendgame.com, has all those documents linked, time-coded for the film. When you link through to all of that. It's just incredible. And I'll explain this when we get back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
What can you do to keep you and your family safe from the resistant new strains of deadly bacteria and viruses? Check out supernaturalsilver.com today, or visit the link on Infowars.com to find out more about this incredible new silver compound. The new silver solution is a natural antibiotic that is clinically tested to kill viruses, germs, bacteria, and yeast safely. This new technology has proven itself to be a formidable weapon against bio-threats of today and tomorrow. The new silver solution gel has been shown to disinfect topically and keep the area sanitized for up to 4 hours. The new silver solution is a highly effective, potent nanoparticle solution that is lethal to bacteria, yeast, and viruses. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and see the amazing line of products they have available. Check out the patented new silver solution today. Click on the link and check out the uses for new silver solution. Order this extra line of defense today by going to supernaturalsilver.com. That's supernaturalsilver.com today. Many human illnesses can be attributed to the fact that soil in the United States no longer provides plants with the mineral elements which are essential to human nourishment. Studies have shown that a majority of Americans are seriously deficient in basic minerals. Deficiency in any one or more important minerals actually results in disease. Go to AmericanSuperfoods.com today and see the wide range of foods available that were designed to help your mind and body work the way they were intended to. You can also visit the AmericanSuperfoods.com link on Infowars.com to see some of the amazing products available. Colloidal gold, marine phytoplankton, maca, goji berries, raw chocolate cacao, nibs, noni, immune detox, and more. Folks, you gotta check these out. These foods promote nutritional excellence, health and well-being, beauty enhancement, and sustainable rainforest agriculture. Go to AmericanSuperfoods.com. Again, the website is AmericanSuperfoods.com.
Catastrophe is defined as a sudden and widespread disaster. The only way to be truly ready is to prepare yourself now. The7store.net is here to make sure you are fully prepared in the event of any catastrophe. The7store.net carries high-quality storable MREs, storable and freeze-dried foods, survival gear, terror and pandemic kits, water storage, self-reliant items, and more, all with a low-price guarantee. We are ready to answer your questions and offer advice on preparedness, food storage, and more. See why the 7store.net is one of the nation's most trusted emergency preparedness companies for home, business, and schools. Take the first responsible step in preparing for the next inevitable catastrophe by visiting the7store.net. That's the7store.net, or call 1-888-654-3447. That's 1-888-654-3447.
Don't worry. This show is documented. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I fell into a burning
Sam
ring
LeBrier
of fire.
is our guest joining us from Montreal, Canada, up there at a establishment global government meeting, kind of a Bilderberg Group steering meeting is what these really are. When you read the SPP documents, hundreds and hundreds of pages, I've read them all. And then we got screenshots of the key parts and put it in Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement, now released almost 2 years ago. That film's more important now than then because so much of what we talked about has now happened. I talk about how the banks are going to implode things by design and a lot more because I'm reading their documents and they say in there, we're going to use economic crises, biological crises, biological attack crises, environmental crises, global warming and climate change, and we're going to use the threat of terror. Through these crises, we will have our new world order emerge. And they also talk about we can't let the public know that we're setting this up. This has got to be secret. Secrecy is key. That's in the first pages. It's unbelievable. You can read them at judicialwatch.org. We've got the documents saved at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Or as I say, whatistheendgame.com. So important people get that DVD and get it out to everybody. I mean, that is the most important film I've made. The Obama deception is the most viral, the one spreading the fastest for people that don't know what's going on. This shows how the left and right's controlled, how it's a controlled paradigm, how the offshore banks operate, how we never go past our own governments to see the outside criminal alien force that's doing this. alien to our system, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights. That's good. But then the second film you give somebody is In-Game Blueprint for Global Enslavement. You say, now you want to understand now you understand who the globalists are from their own admissions. Now understand what their total goals are and how they operate. Going back to Sam LeBrier. Sam, continue. You were going over the conference and what they're talking about and the role of central banks. How far can they go? And how far? They've hijacked our governments completely. They're sucking the entire GDP in 7 months out of Canada and out of Europe and out of the U.S. They're all in the same line, same people running it. Zolik,